do nothing.
And really you're not optimizing your financial investment to what it is, because chances are that you're paying someone to do your social media. So you're paying for the social media and you're paying for your website, but you're not getting the results that you really want.
Very true.
And so, one of the things that we talk about is you need to inspect what you expect. You can run your own Google Analytics and find out where you're at. I would challenge our listeners to go ahead and do that. Mm-hmm. See where the listeners are coming, or not the listeners. We look at where our listeners are coming.
We're doing a podcast.
But see where your people are coming from. If you own a Shopify site, they've got great analytics.
Yes,
they can tell you, you have 23 visitors from Facebook, 2 visitors from Twitter. You've got 4 people from Instagram. I mean, they are really good.
Mm-hmm.
How do they do that? I mean,
because they're tracking.
We're asking them to go ahead and do this, but how do they do this, Bill? How do they check their analytics?
I know.
Well, now I was talking about Shopify, and Shopify's got a spot right there for analytics that you can click. It's in a sense, wink, wink, on the back office, and it tells you the report. I've seen several.
We, for our podcast that we're using, is a hosting organization, and I can go through and take a date and the show name and the individual show if I want. And it will automatically tell me exactly the time, how much action we got, downloads, if it went live, everything to just that one show. Now, our network is growing remarkably large. The Disruptors have over 100 shows on it. But I can even go back 6 to 8, 9 months and say, okay, Disruptors talked about podcasting. Let's see what the show, where did it hit, what areas did it hit. It'll tell me the cities. It'll tell me the device that it was picked up on. It'll tell me percentages.
Here's the power of running those analytics, because I'm going to dial it back to SEO. That you can go ahead. So you ran a special back in March of last year. You can actually run those analytics to find out that the specials that you ran, whether it was good, whether it was bad, which helps you in your SEO decision and your marketing decision on whether or not, do I do it this kind of flopped? Do I want to do it again? Well, if you feel passionate about something, then you should run it 3 times. And if it still doesn't produce what you need to shelf it. Okay, because it's not working.
Right in the garbage can, yeah. It's going nowhere.
But looking at your SEO, which is the people visiting, the clicks, the engagement. So you're looking at the engagement, which is SEO.
Yes, it is.
And you can say, yes, this was good, or no, this really wasn't this was not the best decision that we made on this piece. So you can actually gain so much information if your website is set up correctly, and you can draw that information from your SEO, right, to make these other decisions on your ads, spending your marketing dollars.
Absolutely.
All of it by running a simple Google Analytics, or if you have a Shopify site, running that Shopify analytics to tell you and to give you insight. If you have an Amazon account, you can run the analytics for that. I mean, there is so much tools.
Yes.
We're not blind like we were 10 years. I mean, 10 years ago, we were still flying blind. Yeah. Businesses are pretty much without an excuse. And then what we usually hear is, I don't have enough time. Mm-hmm. You don't have, you can't afford to squander that type of information and not sit back and take a look when you're looking at, because that goes right into your sales, monetization, your bottom line, your ROI, Mm-hmm. For those that don't know, what is ROI?
Go ahead and tell us again. Notice that there's a big part that I'll have to edit in this program. I go ahead.
Return on your investment. Return on your investment. So, what is that return, bottom line? And, we're coming up on doing taxes. Mm-hmm. So if your company is not where they feel, or you feel that your company should be, one of the biggest places, especially if you don't have a brick and mortar, okay?
True.
And I'm saying that because at least in a brick and mortar, you're running these, you should be. Let me say that. You should be running this type of information and data and research every single month, because you've got lots of stuff going on in a brick and mortar. Even if it's an insurance office, insurance companies, you're still highlighting different services. No, they're not on sale, but you're highlighting something. You should be highlighting something.
You want to see what in that concept is grabbing the attention of the people. So that's very, very important. Well, Candace, we're getting down. This was so exciting to be able to throw rocks at SEO people. Please do not send any email to my address, which I'll give you at a later date. I want to give you the last word because I know we want to talk a little bit about what Wild Child's up to.
We've got lots of stuff going on at Wild Child. Of course, we've got lots of different speaking engagements that are coming up.
No problem. I'll figure out what's going wrong in the studio and get right back to you. You played with the cord, you doofus.
You can't play with the cords. It actually hooks to the mic.
You made me afraid.
I'm sorry.
You gave me the look.
I just didn't want you to play with
When the dome of silence comes down from the ceiling, that's bad. That's bad.
It's like the Fortress of Solitude. Boom.
I'm glad you know how to edit.
Yeah, I'm getting really good at it. Yeah.
Anyway, what were we saying?
Great blooper moments for my next production. Yeah. Candace hits the wall in living color. I can see it all now.
Anyway,
We
go
picked
ahead,
that.
Eddie. What's the last word?
Yeah.
Baby.
We're waiting. I can go and get Roger to help you.
I might need to.
Oh, God.
Okay.
We lost it on the show, folks.
I know, right? Okay, so what I want to just leave our listeners with, and that is, one, please make it a priority to take a look at your website. If you haven't done a website, which just the numbers alone tell us that over, it's still a huge business. Over 50% of all businesses nationwide, 50% does not have a website. That's shocking to me.
It is.
But so if you're contemplating, don't just throw money to just put something up. Actually, get together, have a plan, and don't be taken with the fear of not having SEO. If your website is done correctly, your SEO is already being developed.
Is being done. And I think the great close for the show is, remember, when you're buying a website, it's not like going and buying a used car. Use intelligence and don't let the guy slide by you.
No, there's no limit manual.
None whatsoever. Oh, it's a great show. It's great to be here.
What's going on with Wild Child, though? She never did finish that.
The next section of this audio tape was brought to you by Duh.
So if you are... Bill and I wanted to offer, so if you'll go ahead and email us, we've got the top 10 things to know about SEO.
Yeah, and we'll send it to you. Send us your email address, and we'll be more than happy to send down a simple transcript that shows you what to look for in SEO for your website. I'm Bill.
And I'm Candace.
And
we're the
Disruptors.
Disruptors.
Have a great day, and keep us smiling.